Sanjay, I want to ask you about the trying to put together the annual network, the investment. As we move down here in Washington, D.C., so capitalist by nature, and trying to see what's your biggest challenge in pulling together the angel network or the investment network to make the
education, I think.
What was the question?
We can't hear the question.
The question is basically about what do we do, how are we trying to grow that network? And events is a big part of it. So we have a Venture Atlanta going on now in a couple of months. There's a game conference called Siege in September, and we have a game investment conference that's going to tie into that, that's coming from Austin. So I think events are really the first with things like this are great. We probably need to focus one on content creators like yourself and venture and angel guys, because I think it's still education. They still don't kind of get it. It's not like Silicon where you can just walk down. Somebody's going to fund you in Silicon if you have that great idea. They just get it, and it's an ecosystem there. Here, and they do, and how it started, there was events as well. They did after work events, and they started connecting and finding out about jobs at different places. And one friend would say they get laid in different places. I mean, these are things that kind of tie it all in. So I think events is kind of the way that we're looking at doing that. So there's certain events we're trying to put together.
How are you guys as a SCAD grad?
See, I told you that.
How are you guys engaging the schools? Because obviously a lot of innovative, strategies and games obviously are coming out of the Georgia Tech SCADs, Articles Institutes, things like that. How are you guys actually engaging the ones that are developing the next generation of things?
Well, one of the first things I always do with all of our schools is we're recruiting a company I will have to go meet with, especially in gaming. I will have to go meet with SCAD and Georgia Tech, and then hopefully build those professional partnerships with those type of companies, especially the cutting edge type companies. The number one question is always talent anyway. So of course that's going to be my first visit, like, hey, look what we have here. And they love it. They want to know, they want you guys, they want that creative talent, they want that creative energy. And they know that you guys are kind of on that cutting edge and that cusp of what's coming and what's next and what's new. So it's not a hard sell. Usually when I bring companies, I won't say I'm batting 1,000, but SCAD and Georgia Tech are doing a great job of growing what's going on here.
I second that motion. We leave it as well with the Bill Pascal when we graduate.
To Asante's point, Mike Eckert with the Atlanta Technology Angels brought up an interesting observation about the angel community, particularly away from Silicon Valley, is with the dry up of money in general, the angels have had to take on more of the angel and Series A investment role, so they're becoming a little more formalized. They're also looking at the subsequent rounds of investment coming from consortiums of angels, which drives up their ability to go after the seed money, the low emerging folks like that as well. As an entrepreneur, I've witnessed some of that as well. So the idea about the capitalization that you're talking about, the angels are having to step up and be more of, less of a hobby, shall we say, and more of a business, more of the venture capital and the Series A folks. So that's what's part of what's restricting this entrepreneurial spirit that you were talking about there. It's an observation.
Also want to mention too, before your question, and I've had a conversation tonight about a new incubator accelerator. And I think those are type programs that they're doing pretty good in Silicon Valley, Y Combinator, and those type of things. More of those type of things, but like you just mentioned, getting these companies just seed capital. You don't have to even be the big angel fund, but just some seed capital just to get started. I think here, I feel confident in our abilities and your abilities and creatively to what we can do here in Georgia. I just want to see some of our startups get a little help. Especially in this space.
I'm a transplant out of Silicon Valley, and I'm on a project right now, and it's hard to not go to Silicon Valley for the money. Don't know where it is here, but 10 million's waiting in Silicon Valley.
And also we do, the state actually last year passed a new angel investor tax credit, so it's brand new and we're kind of getting it going, but hopefully those are type things, again, even on the state level, that we can create more of these type of programs. And I know the governor is definitely on his playlist. He got a few other things to worry about, but I'm sure, I know that one has been brought up.
I'd like to bring it here.
It's going to be awesome.
I've been around since the days of ones and zeros, and for the last 20 years, there's always been a question about where the seed money is going to come from. But the problem has been particularly difficult in the last 10 years because there's been a dry up of IPOs. And as long as the exit strategies are not really available for the entire technology industry, Silicon Valley is different in the respect that they have a lot of established companies that they keep pouring more and more money into so that they roll them out from the United States to other countries around the world and so on. Or to buy up other companies in order to survive. That is a strategy of survival. It's buying another company, so you can bury your losses in their net revenue. So the reality of the situation is that irrespective of what the governor talks about or what any venture capitalist people talk about, we are years and years away from early stage companies, and I mean years and years away from early stage companies getting a chance to grow from other people's money. So if you don't have a product that's going to sell because it's inherently valuable to somebody, you're going to have a real tough time. Now, while I have a stage, let me just say that it seems to me that the most fascinating thing about these last 10 years is that the word entertainment has gone from being about the product, that is the end result of the activity, to another meaning that is the means to the end, where entertainment becomes the use of all the other forms of industry that's out there today. And all of the platforms that exist in technology, all of the devices that put it in the hands of the users, all of those things are in a state of constant flux and always will be. The one common denominator, whether it is the use of entertainment as a product as a means to itself, or entertainment for other businesses to use it in order to sell what they sell, is one, it's all about money. So whether you're selling an entertainment product or using entertainment to sell your products, it's all about money. The way that you get that money, the way that you've always gotten that money, is by providing a deep emotional experience to the end user. Whether it is music, whether it is video, whether it is movies, or whether it is an advertisement on a health website. It's all one common denominator. Everything else is in the state of flux.
I'm Daddy Young. I'm a music lover, and I'm finding myself more and more turning to YouTube for my music. What is the future of the music industry? What does that look like, and how are we going to continue to consume the music that we love?
Well, I think from a consumer point, it was funny, I was having this conversation this morning. From a consumer point, we don't care, right? As long as we get the music. So we don't care. I mean, we do care if we pay for it or not, but we kind of don't care if we pay for it, right? Something that you said reminds me of something this young brother Zeddy, who has a property called Don Was, told me about. Which he had these 3 words that he kept coining: was specific emotional content, right? And he was saying that, this is what we spark. Like, this is why World Star is so big, Daddy-O. This is why Vlad TV is so big. This is why we're winning, because it's all specific emotional content, right? It's sparking something. And so I don't think from a consumer point, I don't think we really care. Right? And I got teenagers too, so they really don't care, right? So, will it be Spotify? Maybe. I like it. It's Napster again, but I like it, right? I don't think it matters on that level, but I do think to answer your question about the future of the music business, I don't know how soon this is gonna be. It's all channel-based artistry, man. It's all gonna turn into artists and channels. It can't go any other way. We're all doing mobile. Mobile's gonna be bigger next year than it was this year. It'll be bigger the year after that. It'll be bigger the year after that. And we'll be handheld. This thing is a cloud box that Google gave me, right? There's no desktop on this thing. It's just a Chrome browser. And I'm rocking hard time with this. I'm writing songs with this thing. I'm checking in. It's Verizon built into my wireless. And the battery lasts for 2 days. I'm not lying. And it charges my phone to green. You've seen it. So, I mean, where we're going with mobile will actually determine a whole bunch of that in terms of what happens. Record companies are going to go away. Sorry. They will. Because those buildings are going to come down because they raped everybody for so many years, and now it's just coming, so Malcolm X chicken come on the roof. so they going away. I give the record companies 2000. I'm saying 2016. It might be a little earlier than that. But the record companies are going to go away. And then it'll all be channel-based artists. It's like when I'm dealing with my interns now. I'm dealing with interns 17, 18 years old. Look at their iPod. They got the Beatles. They got the Rolling Stones. They got the Monkees. They got Chubby Checker. And they really listening to it. They don't have it on some, I got it because I'm props and I'm just showing you what I got. They're really listening to this stuff. They're finding all of this new music, they're housing it, they're figuring it out, they're figuring out what their groove is, which is totally different than when I was a kid and radio was just telling me what to listen to. It's not the same. All these cars are coming with the auxiliary jack built in. They're not even listening to the radio. They're getting in with their iPod or their phone, they're plugging it in and they're on their way. Right? And then, you know, it's a lot to listen to on that when you're stuck in 85. So the future is all going to be based on channel-based artistry, and for artists, what that means for artists is it means that we're going to have to work a little harder.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you that we always bag on, you know, people love to blame the record companies, man. They love to blame the record companies, and I'll blame the record companies for what they're responsible for. But we're going to have to work hard because we're not working as hard as Diana Ross did. We're not working as hard as Chubby Checker did. We're definitely not working as hard as Little Richard did or Jerry Lee Lewis when they had that little battle going on. We're not doing that at all. We're not garnering fans. Little Richard and them figured out, yo, I can't get them, I'm throwing in my boots. I'm going to throw on my jacket. You imagine Rick Ross throwing his chain? No. So, I mean, we're going to have to work a whole lot harder in terms of what happens. So a lot of that technology does have a bit to do with it, and then a lot of it is going to come from artists. Now, here's another prediction that I have. Your next group of artists are going to be the guy that sits behind the desk at Bank of America, right? That just has an incredible voice. Because I do A&R, but you know my prerequisite for doing it? You got to have a job. Now, that sounds crazy as all get out. But when you come to me and tell me you quit school just the same, you could go ahead. Because that means you just want a little lazy role. You just, you trying to get away with something. I'm not with it. So that next group of artists is going to be like that first group that came. For the last 20 years, you guys have been inundated with people like that have quit school, that been in. All we are is artists. Some of them are okay, some of them are not. Some of them, But we getting there now. Adele is getting us there. Nobody else is getting us there. Adele is getting us there. To say, you know what? I'm going to sing. I'm not playing Wembley. I'm playing little clubs. And I'm going to beat Gaga. And she beat Gaga. With all the meat suits and all of that. with just a good voice. But those are people that are incredibly serious about their craft. So you take an artist that's incredibly serious about their craft. All they need is one of these webcams. At the end of the day, not only will they be getting paid, but we'll have a whole lot of music. Now, it doesn't mean that we have to do the rapid fire thing that I say. I say, yeah. So it's a little different than it was back in the day where you could make 10 songs and then wait 3 years and make 10 more. We're probably going to be making a whole lot more content than we ever made. But it'll pull into artistry. And like I said, it's all going to be channel-based. We'll figure out, those mediums will be figured out. Right now, Spotify's trying to make a run for it. But I wrote down, what I mean, DY? We got Reverb Nation, Topspin, TuneCore, Vibe Deck, CD Baby, Nimbit, Bandcamp, Bandzoogle, Fanbridge, Artist Data, Headliner FM, BFM Digital, Zimbalin, One RPM, Ditto Music. There's about 20 others that I wrote down. They're all competing for the direct-to-fan space.
Do you see that contracting at some point, like with the other industries, that they're just going to go into merger zones?
I don't think so. And you know what's going to stop that is artists are going to stop that because we're idiots. So we're the type of people who, you might get 4 or 5 of us to sign with Coke or Kraft, but the ones that's good, we're going to say no. And we're just going to sit around and wait. So we're that, and at the end of the day, all of us that you love are crazy. And it's true. Like, because we don't want to hear anything else. All we want to do is make music. So when you start throwing, yo, daddy, yo, man, you could be signed with Callaway Blue Records. I throw this thing back at you, right? Because we're happier making music among our friends and just letting our friends, and then social networking and Cisco and everything else is making that even more popular for us. So we super happy right now. Right now we can make a record and send it to our friends, and we mad happy right now. So I don't think that concept of takeover and all of that, it's not going to really play that kind of role with artistry, because artists are going to be artists. It's just like a painter. They're going to be a painter. You know, maybe 2 or 3 guys might go and sign the Coke or whatever, but then the rest of them are not. They're just going to hold off. But I do know that it's all going to be channel-based artistry. We'll be able to get whatever we want from this artist channel, including maybe possibly holographic images, maybe tickets to a concert. It doesn't matter, but you'll be able to tune in where you want to tune in, because that whole concept of what we know as on demand is coming closer and closer to being that kind of reality. Radio's going away too.
Last question. I'm going to throw that deal you like guys, I'm going to hit you with this one too.
All right.
With innovation being so fast paced, how do we keep up with emerging technologies?
I think there's got to be some sort of dedication. I am, at best, a technology enthusiast. I don't write code. I don't do any of that. Now, I am a social media expert, but that's just because, honestly, when you get a guy with a big mouth like me, social media is easy, right? Because I always ran my mouth since I've been a little kid. So it's kind of easy. And then I kind of sort of prayed for Twitter, because when I was a little kid, I read that that book. I can't remember, that Shrunk book. It's a writing book. It's a little teeny book. But anyway, I learned how to condense my words. So when I saw this medium of 140 characters, I was like, yes, because I can get it done in 140. I can create those particular statements, and so I waited for those. But I think that there's got to be some dedication. I think that people who think that the old world is coming back probably just need to go back to the old world, because the old world is not going to come back. So there's got to be some sort of dedication. Do you have to be the type of idiot that I am? You absolutely don't. Like, you don't have to be on every social network and know that, I don't know, Random Fact Sunday NBC is merging with Facebook to do the first GOP primary debate on Sunday morning on Facebook that they ever did, right? I know this because that's what I do. You don't have to be that person, but you do need to be smart enough to understand that you need to keep up. So I would say possibly you got a Gmail account, just get your Google Reader, load it up, give yourself about 20 minutes a day, maybe 15 minutes a day on your Google Reader. You probably will be close enough. There's only about 5 or 6 sites. One of them, for me, don't happen to be Mashable, guys, but if you like Mashable, that's cool. But there's probably like 5 or 6 sites that you can actually get, new technology from, emerging technology. And then, I think there's more guys coming like me. Like, I did a property last year, a video show called Get Your Digital On, where I just kind of like the common guy giving you technology. And I think that there's more of us coming. So I think that there's more of us that's going to be, these are things that are going to be a little bit more common space. So part of it is your dedication, and part of it is just going to be the natural evolution. There's going to be technology sectors in news in a minute, because it's no way for us to not know about it. You're going to need to know about the next app for your iPhone, or even though you don't got flash on that thing. I don't even know why you got that thing. But anyway, I guess it's cute, right? Cute girls like cute. But what the new app is for your iPhone, or so there's always going to be. But there's got to be. I think keeping up really says some sort of dedication. I'm probably preaching to the choir in this room, but I think that you guys should probably preach to your non-choir friends and just say, hey, I know you think I'm a little geeky, but you need to get a little geeky too.
Amen,
Thank
amen.
you. Thank you.
Well, actually, what the Technology Association wants to do is reach out and say thank you to the people who have participated on our panel tonight. And we just got a little gift we'd like to give each of our speakers. So if you would allow me, just real quickly, you would take one and pass it down. And one of the last messages I'll share with you as far as the discussion is tonight, don't you love it when a panel like this ends too short? Let's hear a round of applause for this. The challenge of being a moderator, you know, it's like herding cats. There's so much knowledge, so much innovation, so much opportunity to share and to learn, but you also have to say to a good moderator, thanks for a great job. So once again, Bernard, thank you for the hosting. I would like to leave you with this message. The things that Daddy have talked about, the things that this panel talked about, are not restricted to entertainment. They will be the way we conduct business in the future. The message is clear. We're the pioneers. You're only at the beginning of your own particular industries and verticals, and the opportunities that are represented by disruptive technologies are huge, and the creativity opportunities are equally as huge. But the real key is we are the beginning of a new revolution in transactional communication. And that transactional communication will disrupt the way commerce is done in the globe. It's going to start here with people in this room. It's going to spread it. It has already begun throughout the city of Atlanta. And from Atlanta, the voice will be heard virtually, literally, figuratively, through the communication of each of you and the innovations you create, that Atlanta is the next new media capital of the world. Thank you.